Welcome to Take Your Life Back Today show with Ralf Friedrichs. Today we're going to talk about blackouts. What are blackouts? And some of the questions that people might have about blackouts. But as always, I want to give a shout out to Dr. Luis Gonzalez from startingpointmn.com. You can reach him at 844-414-8444. Dr. Luis Gonzalez will walk with you from your addiction to your recovery 24 hours at a time, worrying about today and tomorrow only. He will not worry about yesterday. He is not a counselor, nor is he a therapist. What he is an addiction recovery coach. He will help find give answers to your questions that you have you already have the answers inside you to the surface. He will bring them to the surface and guide you for today and for tomorrow. Call him at 1-844-414-8444. That's Dr. Luis Gonzalez from Starting Point MN. That's www.startingpointmn.com. He also has a addiction recovery coaching school where you can become an addiction recovery coach if you have passion, personality, and professionalism, and you have some sort of addiction background, whether it's dealing with your own or helping other people. Call him at 844-414-8444 and let him help you become an addiction recovery coach. I want to give a shout out to globaleyeglasses.com. They are focused on saving you money. They have eyeglasses ranging anywhere from $6 all the way up to $49. And all these glasses include the following. They include a cloth, a case, clear plastic, non-coated, single vision, regular RX glasses, or lenses I should say. That's all included. Now, should you need progressives, they have them. Should you want transitions, they have them. They have photochromatics, they have thinner lenses, they have shatterproof lenses, they have polarized lenses. What you need to do is go to www.globaleyeglasses.com and let them focus on saving you money. If you have any questions about this company, get in touch with me via text 631-599-0128. Or you can call me at 844-405-HELP, or you can email me at ralf@takeyourlifebacktoday show. And if you have any questions about Global Eyeglasses, not only do I know the company very well, but I am a certified optician. Also, I want you to go to my website, if you can, to www.takeyourlifebacktoday show, and let me show you all the new videos that I have out. There's all sorts of information. There's live news feeds from some organizations. So go to www.takeyourlifebacktoday show. We are going to talk about blackouts. What is a blackout? And I'm going to read this because this comes directly from the Controlled Disease Center, CDC. A blackout is an alcohol-induced memory loss. I don't know about we've all, but I know I've had them. Blackouts happen when alcohol blocks the neurotransmitters that send memories from the short-term memory to the long-term memory. This is different from passing out or drinking to a point where you're becoming unconscious. When a person is in a blackout, they are functioning as normal as another intoxicated person would be functioning. They are able to have conversations and act in ways that do not indicate that they are experiencing a blackout. Blackouts are not identified until the next day when the person realizes that they are missing part of their night. What happened to last night? How did I get home? How did I end up sleeping in the bathtub? This has happened to me before, so I know from experience. Why do blackouts happen? Blackouts happen when a person's blood alcohol level, which is otherwise known as the BAL, goes over a certain level. It is different for everybody, but it is more likely to happen when a person has a blood alcohol level of over 0.15. Remember, in New Hampshire, a 0.08 is the legal limit, like in most states. Generally, a 0.15 would be considered quite intoxicating. Blood alcohol levels increase as a person drinks. The more alcohol the person consumes, the higher the levels become. The body can process about 1 drink per hour, so any additional drinks add up. At a 0.15, a person may feel pretty drunk or maybe not so drunk, depending on their tolerance. Like I could tolerate a lot more than most people because I built it up a lot of years experience. This is to compound by what they have eaten, how fast they have been drinking, and what they are drinking. Even if they're tired or sick male or female. All this has something to do with how quickly the intoxication levels become. A person is more likely to have a blackout if they drink fast, achieving a high blood alcohol level quickly. I thought somebody once said, I thought only alcoholics get blackouts. It's true that many people with alcoholism have blackouts quite often, but people can get blackouts who don't have alcoholism. Blackouts are a result of how much a person drinks in one one night or in a sitting. People who get blackouts frequently will often drink a lot and have a much higher tolerance. Some people don't get blackouts until they have a BAL level of 0.2 or higher. Remember, people have died with BAL levels of 0.3 or higher, which 0.3 is almost 4 times the legal limit. It can be a very dangerous consequence of drinking. Don't let it get to anywhere near as that. How can you prevent getting a blackout, you might ask? The key is to drink less alcohol and to know what you are drinking. If you are drinking mixed drinks, drink a standard size 12-ounce beer or 4 ounces of wine, 1 ounce of 100 alcohol proof, meaning measure that alcohol. Don't be fooled to think that just because you have held 1 cup, you only had 1 drink, because a cup, which is 8 ounces, could be 8 ounces of pure 100% alcohol, and that would be lethal. A red Solo cup is 16 ounces, or sometimes 18 ounces. A beer is usually 12 ounces. If you fill that cup halfway with vodka, that is several drinks, not 1. Also, make sure that you know what you are drinking. If you are drinking from a punch bowl, you have no way of knowing what is in it and how much alcohol it contains. Have a plan before going out. It's okay not to drink. If you choose to drink, plan ahead. How much will you drink? What and with whom? Drinking without a plan can often mean drinking until you are drunk. By then, a person is more at risk for a variety of consequences and issues, blackouts being serious, one of them, but many others can just be as dangerous. What's the problem with having a blackout? The obvious problem is that a person can't remember what they did the night before. If a person's blood alcohol level is high enough to cause a blackout, it was also high enough to impair other things like judgment. Should I sleep with this person? Should I drive my car? Should I keep on drinking is another question. This is not the best time to be making important decisions. A blackout is a warning sign from the body that a person had too much to drink. It also makes it very difficult for a person to know what went wrong. How much did that person actually drink? Did I get safe transport home, you might ask, after a blackout? Or was I in danger? Was I taken advantage of? If you're a lady, you might not know. These are so important, all these. Doesn't everyone get blackouts from time to time? What's the big deal? The answer to that is no, not everybody does get blackouts. And what is the big deal? You're not only hurting yourself, you're hurting others. In actuality, few people get blackouts. In fact, 60% of college students in the country indicate never having a blackout before. What often happens is someone has a blackout, which can be scary or at least unsettling. Friends wanting to help others share stories of their blackouts usually do so, and that hopefully is a training tool, a message being sent. It is not unusual for friends to have similar consequences when drinking because they are often drinking together. It is reassuring to think that everyone has blackouts, but is simply not correct. Only 40% of people that go on these binge drinking things have blackouts. But it is a false sense of comfort because most people never drink enough to get to that point. Folks, blackouts are not a good thing. Obviously, you can tell that. Let's do a quick recap. What is a blackout? Let's see how many people remember this. A blackout is an alcohol-induced memory loss. You just go blank. Blackouts happen when alcohol blocks neurotransmitters that send memories from short-term memories to long-term. This is different from passing out or drinking to a point where becoming unconscious. When a person is in a blackout, they are functioning as normal as another intoxicated person would be functioning. They are able to have conversations and act in ways that do not indicate they are experiencing a blackout. Blackouts are not identified until the next day when a person realizes that part of their night totally vanished, disappeared, don't know what happened to it. Why do blackouts happen? Blackouts happen when a person's blood alcohol goes over a certain level. It is different from everybody and is more likely to happen to a person that has a blood alcohol level of 0.15, which is almost a double of most states' legal limits. Blood alcohol levels increase as a person drinks. The more alcohol the person consumes, the higher the level. The body can process about 1 drink per hour, so any additional drinks add up. At 0.15, a person may feel pretty drunk or maybe not be so drunk, depending on their tolerances. How fast they drink, have they eaten, how much alcohol is in the actual drink, are they tired, are they sick, are they male, are they female. All these things play a factor into what happens. As a person is more likely to have a blackout if they drink fast, achieving a high blood alcohol level quickly. If you thought alcoholics are the only ones that get blackouts, it is true that many people with alcoholism have blackouts frequently, but people can get blackouts who don't have alcoholism. Blackouts are a result of how much a person drinks in one night or one sitting. People who get blackouts frequently often drink a lot and have a higher tolerance. Some people don't get blackouts until they hit 0.2, which is more than double and a half of the legal limit. And remember, people have died that have reached 0.3, which is almost 4 times the legal limit. It can be a very dangerous consequence of drinking. How can you prevent blackouts? The key is to drink less alcohol and know what you are drinking. If you are drinking mixed drinks, drink a standard size. In a beer, it would be a 12 ounce. In a wine, it would be a 4 ounce. In a mixed drink, it would be 1 ounce of 100 proof or more. Meaning to measure the alcohol. Don't be fooled to think that just because you held 1 cup in your hand, you only had 1 drink. Remember, a solo red cup, ranging from 16 to 18 ounces, can in fact hold half of that in vodka. So if you divide 16 ounces in half, that's 8 ounces of vodka, which is 8 shots. Have a plan before going out. It's okay not to drink. If you choose to drink, plan ahead. How much will you drink? What and with whom? Drinking without a plan can often mean drinking until you are drunk. By then, a person is at more risk for a variety of consequences and issues, blackouts being a serious one, but many others can be just as dangerous. What's the problem with having blackouts, you might ask? The obvious problem is the person can't remember anything they did. What happened last night? Who was I with? If a blood alcohol level was high enough to cause a blackout, it is also high enough to impair other things like judgment. Should I sleep with a person? Should I drive my car? Should I keep on drinking? This is not the best time for you to make decisions, important decisions. A blackout is a warning sign from the body that the person had too much to drink. It also makes it difficult for the person to know what went wrong. How much did I drink? Did I get safe transportation home last night? Or was I in danger? Was I taken advantage of? These are the questions that you don't ever want to have to ask yourself the next day. Because if you do have to ask yourself these questions, you know that you have had a blackout. You know you have had too much to drink. And you know it's time to make changes. Doesn't everybody get blackouts time to time? No, not everybody does. Matter of fact, 60% of college students survey taken throughout the United States have never, ever had a blackout. What often happens is someone has a blackout, which can be scary or at least unsettling. Friends wanting to help share stories of their blackouts, otherwise known as war stories. It is not unusual for friends to have similar consequences when drinking because they are often together. It is reassuring to think Everyone has blackouts, but it's a false sense of comfort because most people never drink enough to have blackouts. If you get to the point where you're drinking so much that you are having blackouts, it is time for change, folks. It is time for you to take your life back today. Don't wait until it's too late. Those blackouts not only can damage your brain, but it can kill you. Not only can it damage your brain and kill you, but on a lower level, it could destroy relationships. It can control or destroy friendships, destroy materialistic things. Folks, I have always said this, there is nothing wrong with sociable drinking if you are responsible. What does that mean? A person like me, who cannot have just one drink, cannot ever drink again. Are you that person? Or are you one of those folks that can sit at home after a long day at work and have one or two beers and not be affected by it? When I say not being affected by it, meaning that you can stop. 1 or 2 drinks for a male is the limit per day. If you go into 3, 4, 5 or more per day and you can't live without it, you are an alcoholic. And the same applies to women on a smaller scale. You're an alcoholic if you cannot go a week without drinking. You're an alcoholic if you can't go a day without drinking. You're an alcoholic if you need to drink to get drunk. So what do you do about it? Well, folks, I'm here to tell you it's time for you to take your life back. It is time for you to take your life back today, because tomorrow might not be here. Not for you. Not for me. Take your life back today. Make your changes today. If you have a substance abuse problem, whether it being alcohol and or drugs, you need to change before it is too late. 2 ways to start changing is, first thing is just to stop denying you have a problem. Because you can deny you have a problem all you want, but all the people that are close to you know if you have a problem. The way you carry yourself, the way you foolishly act, the way you foolishly spend your money, the way you walk around with a glass or a bottle in your hand, the way you have white powder under your nose. These are ways that friends and relatives know you have a problem. And these are the same people that have been telling you and asking, begging you for changes in your own life. But yet, you keep denying. And as long as you keep denying, changes are not coming your way. But if you're ready and you finally say, I have a problem with alcohol and or drugs, I promise you changes are coming your way. But as quickly as you stop denying and as quickly as you admit you have a problem, is as quick as you have to reach up to God and ask God for guidance and direction. God has to be included in any recovery plan. You need to have a higher power, and higher power equals hope. One cannot go through life with any sorts of hope. Hope is what drives a person daily. Hope is what you need. You need to have something to shoot for, something to believe in, something higher than you. That's where God comes in. Folks, I use this all the time. I always say that a person whose body is equivalent to a vessel, a ship, and your mind is equivalent to the captain. So your mind and your body, which is the ship, will never ever survive in any rough ocean without navigation. No captain will ever take their ship into any rough ocean without navigation. Who's your navigator? Because if you say you're your own navigator and you're an alcoholic or you abuse drugs, your navigation is busted. It is broke. That's where your higher power comes in hand. That's where you need to reach up to God and ask God for guidance. Ask God for direction. He will make sure that your vessel, your ship, your body, and your captain, your mind, will never ever go into the rough oceans without him navigating you through the rough seas. He'll navigate you through any rough problem. He will be there side by side. You might not see him, But I promise you, once you accept God to help you through your troubling times, you will see changes that will amaze you. Changes like physical changes. Can you imagine once you stop drinking how your skin will start changing color again? How your eyes might not droop anymore? How you will start changing physically? You will see changes mentally. Can you imagine waking up and remembering what you did last night? Who were you with? What did you say? Did you act foolish or not? You'll remember these things. You will see changes financially. Can you imagine not spending that money on alcohol and drugs foolishly anymore? And can you imagine taking that money and putting it into your own home, putting it into the mouths of your children, to your wife, your husband, your grandparents, your parents, keeping the money within the household? You'll see things spiritually change. Can you imagine actually smiling each and every day and actually having compassion and passion for other people? Can you imagine being concerned for other people? Can you imagine you as a changed person? Well, that is exactly what I mean about taking your life back. Can you imagine if you, that's right, you, were able to take your life back? As long as you're sitting in front of me, wherever you might be, if you're in jail, you might be there for a drug offense or a DWI offense or a white collar crime, I don't know. But if you're sitting in jail or you're in the homeless shelter, no matter where you are, things can change if you take your life back today. And basically what that means to take your life back is just to get rid of the life that you are living, because that's not the life you were born into, or the life that God wants you to have. You have created your own life the way it is right now, and only you can change it. Only you can take your life back. Only you can. But you need to have navigation. You need someone to direct you. You need somebody to guide you, and you need God to do that. So start today. Do not be one of those people that will say, I will think about it and I'll maybe do it tomorrow. I will tell you why, because there is someone right now in the world, in the community, in your state that is breathing for the last time. There is someone that's closing their eyes for the last time. And that is so important that I bring that up, because those people maybe didn't have time for change because they kept saying, I'll do it tomorrow. Don't let that happen to you. Folks, just looking at the news, looking at Facebook, I see people that are friends of mine that went to school with me just dying. And it gives me that ill feeling, knowing or not knowing, did they have time for change? Did they make the right decisions? If I, God forbid, should die today, I know that I have made a change. I know I was able to take my life back in time before it was too late. You would have asked me that 2 years ago, I would have said no. But I have taken my life back. I do depend on God for guidance and direction, because I can't guide and direct my own life. With the good grace of God, your life will become better. Your physical, mental, spiritual, and financial situations will become better. But it is up to you to make sure that you take your life back, and it is up to you to make sure that you ask God to help you. Don't let tomorrow come and go and take that chance of not making it. Remember, people will remember you by your last month, 2 months, year being alive. Let your family, let your friends remember you as a person that actually changed for the better, that actually went and tackled alcoholism and drug addiction head on, full force, and conquered. Or I should say, learn to live with it, because actually alcoholism and drug addiction cannot be conquered by you. You can learn to live with it. That's about it. But that's the wonderful thing, is that you can learn to live with it. You can become a person that will be able to, like I did last night, walk into a liquor shop for my lottery and not even be concerned about all that wonderful liquor that I used to be able to drink. Isn't that amazing? That can be you. You are able to control your own destiny with the help of God. You are able to take your life back with the help of God and with the help of counselor, therapist, addiction recovery coach, AA, treatment centers. But nothing will go forward until you start doing it. Today is time for change. Today is time for you to take your life back. Remember, folks, a sober today, I promise you, will give you a better tomorrow. And whatever I tell you, if you believe it in here positively, it will happen no matter where you are. Whether you're in that jail that I just spoke about, whether you're in the homeless shelter, nursing home, whether you're in your living room, your kitchen, changes can happen if you believe it in here and you ask God for guidance and direction. But until you stop denying that you have a problem, no changes are coming. And each and every day is another day that you might be letting a chance go by of change. That's why right now is the time for change. You can reach out to me at 844-405-HELP, or you can text me at 631-599-0218. Or you can email me at Ralph, that's R-A-L-F, at Take Your Life Back Today Show. I promise you, I will guide and direct you towards the right method, towards the right people. I will help you take your life back. Get in touch with me. But before you even get in touch with me, make sure that today is the day that you are going to admit you have a problem, and make sure that you are going to reach for something higher than humans, something to hope for, which is God Almighty. I promise you, God will guide and direct you through even the roughest seas, the roughest storms, because He will be there to protect you. Remember, we are children of God. He wants nothing more than for us to continuously be the children of God that He created. It is us that sometimes went down the wrong fork of the road, the recovery road, the addiction road. And if we went to the addiction road, it is now time to turn around on that road, go back to where the fork is, and start walking towards recovery. And let God walk with you. Let Him walk next to you. Reach out to God. Make sure that He walks with you. He talks to you. Reach out to someone like in a treatment center or an AA. Reach out to me at 844-405-HELP. But reach out to someone and let them help you take your life back. Folks, I hope each and every one of you folks have a great day. But more importantly, please have a sober day, and may God bless you.